So let me ask you a question as we conclude. Where is it this morning that you're battling arrogance? I know it's not easy to answer that question. We never want to see arrogance in the mirror, but as you think about yourself, maybe just ask your spouse or someone who knows you and loves you, where are you seeing self-exaltation in my life? If you find yourself kind of fearful and anxious, you know that's actually smoke to illustrate where it is that you're maybe feeling a little bit arrogance in your life, a little bit of self-exaltation, that perfectionist mentality that I have, I know other people have. It's actually a form of arrogance. So you want to take that and just meditate on the gospel, or take that insecurity that maybe you just lost your job, maybe you just got a bad medical diagnosis, maybe everything has been taken from you, you feel like the world is not making sense, nothing seems the way it should be. Just take that reality and remind yourself of the gospel, that your heavenly Father loved you so much that he sent his one and only Son to live a sinless, perfect life, a life free of insecurity, free of arrogance, and he died a sinner's death on your behalf so that you could remember and look back at that moment and say, I don't know why God's allowed these things to happen, but I know what it isn't. It's not because he doesn't love me. It's not because he doesn't care. It's not because he's indifferent, and it's not because he hasn't done something about it. He answers all of those questions with a yes as I think about the cross. And as you look to the cross, you'll be reminded that I am a sinner in need of grace, and maybe I'm well-liked, and maybe I'm very popular, and maybe I'm really talented and very successful, but that's only according to the world's standard. As I think about heaven and my relationship with God, I know I am in need of grace, and it will humble you and make you such a more pleasant person to be around, and it will free you to be centered on the Lord. And as a church, this is straight talk about the church, let us not become a church that steps into this realm of arrogance where we say things like, man, the Lord's doing great things at Broadview. Look at all these people and all this new stuff and these baptisms and all these kids getting saved at VBS and all this money that's coming in. Aren't we special? No, we need to ground ourselves in the gospel and be reminded it's never been about us, it's always been about him. But at the same time, we also don't want to be a church that's insecure or fearful or timid about our future, but we dream the biggest dreams, cast the biggest vision, take the biggest risks that have ever been taken because we're confident about our future, because we know that not even the gates of hell prevail against the church. And so we move forward with boldness.